We all know my vampire system is filled with mysteries, powers and creatures unlike anything else. But among all of them, one fan-favorite character always stood out, Peter. Yet here's the thing, Peter isn't a pure vampire. Even Layla isn't a pure vampire either, because in this universe, not everyone turned by a vampire becomes a true vampire. Some fall into something else, something deeper, stranger, and sometimes even more dangerous. These are the vampire subclasses, beings born from vampire blood, but shaped by fate, emotion, and hunger. So today, let's dive into the world beneath the fangs, the story of the vampire subclasses in the My Vampire System universe. Long before the modern era of vampires, there was a time when only pure vampires existed. When a vampire turned a human, there was always a chance that the transformation wouldn't go perfectly. Instead of becoming a noble vampire, the human's body and soul twisted into a different form, creating what we now call a subclass. Some subclasses could even have children, but those children were never free. They would always belong to the vampire who started their bloodline, the one known as their turner. Every subclass, no matter how strong, carried that invisible chain, linking them back to the original vampire who gave them this cursed gift. Only vampire nobles had the right to turn others, and so their subclasses often became part of their noble family line, serving, protecting, and sometimes dying for them. Over time, the world learned to categorize these strange beings into 4 main groups. Category A, B, C, and D. Category A, the Half-Bloods. These are the closest to real vampires, the Half-Bloods and near vampires, creatures that look human, act human, but have the scent of blood running through their veins. They can evolve into full vampires later on, but some choose different paths. Their abilities are balanced, strong in both combat and magic, and they all share one thing in common. They need blood. Among them are the halflings, fledglings, thralls, and Dhampirs. A halfling is the weakest of them all, but also the one with the greatest potential. They are like a blank canvas, fragile, but capable of becoming something far greater if they push beyond their limits. Then comes the Dhampir, half human, half vampire, a hybrid torn between 2 worlds. They have vampire strength, speed, and healing, yet they can walk under the sunlight. But their curse runs deep. Instead of craving blood, they crave the death of vampires. They feed not on blood, but on the essence of slain vampires themselves, earning them the feared title, Vampire Hunters. Aaron was a Dhampir. And then there's the Strigoi, vampires who have not yet chosen their destiny. They are shapeshifters, able to absorb human blood through touch, and even transform into animal-like creatures. Depending on their choices, a Strigoi may become a deadly warrior or a sorcerer among vampires. Unlike most, sunlight does not burn them, making them truly unpredictable. Category B, the undead. Now we descend into something darker. The undead, creatures that have left humanity behind completely. They no longer rely on blood, but flesh. This is where we meet beings like ghouls, wights, wendigos, and draugr. A ghoul is perhaps the most tragic of all subclasses. They are loyal, powerful, and nearly impossible to kill. Their bodies regenerate faster than vampires, but their survival depends on one cruel rule. They must drink the blood of their creator. Without it, their flesh rots, their bodies decay, and they vanish into dust. Then there's the wight, an evolution of the ghoul. They are intelligent assassins, silent, deadly, and immune to poisons or mind control. But their loyalty remains absolute to their maker. Peter, one of the most beloved characters in the series, evolved into a wight, showing us that even an undead creature can have loyalty, friendship, and purpose. However, not all evolutions are that graceful. Some ghouls fall into madness and become wendigos, monstrous beasts driven only by hunger. They lose all intelligence and emotion, existing solely to devour human flesh. Their strength grows with every meal, but their soul is long gone. And then we have the towering draugr and its evolved forms, the great draugr, and finally the colossal draugr. These beings possess godlike strength, capable of matching the Dalki warriors themselves. The first and only known colossal Draugr, Andi Sanguinus, proved that even among the undead, evolution never truly ends. Category C, the Mystics. Category C is where things become truly strange. Unlike the other subclasses, these creatures are often gifted with immense magical power, but they're fragile, emotional, and sometimes even beautiful. Here we find beings like the Hannya, Succubus, Banshee, and Blood Fairy. The Hannya are emotional demons. Their power rises and falls with their emotions. Fueled by jealousy, sadness, and desire, they can manipulate darkness and spiritual energy. A Hannya can even change between multiple evolutions, from the calm Naminari Hannya to the fiery Honari Hannya, and ultimately to the true Hannya, who can wield all their powers at once. Layla herself is connected to this subclass, using magical fire arrows born from emotion itself. Then there's the Succubus, the alluring vampire demoness who feeds not on blood, but on male energy. They heal through touch, through intimacy, and their beauty can enslave weaker minds. Their male counterpart, the Incubus, is just as dangerous, though far rarer. The Banshee is another haunting subclass, the harbinger of death. Their screams echo through the night whenever someone in their bloodline dies. Each vampire family keeps at least one Banshee, not as a fighter, but as a prophet of fate. And then comes the Blood Fairy, perhaps the most forbidden of them all. Beautiful, radiant, and deadly, they feed on vampire blood, not human blood. Their blood itself is toxic to vampires, and because of this, any Blood Fairy found is to be killed on sight. Category D, the Hybrids. This final category didn't exist until Quinn Talen himself created it. By performing a powerful blood ritual on a mer person, he gave birth to something new, the Mervamp. These aquatic vampires can no longer control water like their merfolk ancestors, but they wield blood aura like true vampires. Ceril, the first and only Mervamp, became the symbol of this new generation, proof that Quinn had reshaped vampire evolution forever. This is the complete breakdown of vampire subclasses in my vampire system. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the vampire world, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Which subclass would you want to be? Would you embrace the hunger of the undead or the magic of the Hannya?